Shalom everyone, my name's S and welcome to my Jewish life. Whew, we are in the holiday season, and as a convert, I was like, am I even allowed to be happy around this time anymore? I kind of gave myself some restrictions because I'm like, I know it's associated with Christmas, but I still think this time of the year is like just a nice time. I'm not much of a decorator to say, but I do enjoy just the holiday spirit. People just being happy, the cold, hot chocolate, things like that. I still very much enjoy, and I don't want to act like, okay, now anything associated with Christmas is just, I hate it all. Like, I don't spread hate. I'm not gonna act like I've never experienced joy around this time. It's a good time. No, I'm not going to be celebrating Christmas, but I do enjoy the holiday season very much. Get in. Okay, so today's video is going to be talking about the holiday season and how I'm trying my best to navigate this. Even though now I am officially Jewish, I am trying to figure out how I'm separating but yet still including everyone in my life around this time. Before we begin, I just wanted to let you guys know that our Hanukkah candles, as you can see, look how pretty they are now in stock, and you could find the link down below to order your Hanukkah candles today. And I just wanted to explain, these Hanukkah candles were handmade by me, hand dipped in beeswax, and it took some quality time for me to actually figure out how to get a good size for a beautiful bright burn. And as you can see with these test Hanukkah candles, they are burning beautifully, and it took me quite some time. So I think that they are of high quality, wonderful beeswax, and they will be burning very bright throughout the night on each night of Hanukkah. So if you're celebrating Hanukkah this year, definitely order your Hanukkah candles now before the holiday begins. And don't forget, I created many candles that you guys would definitely enjoy. Okay, so let's get into today's video. So as you guys know, Thanksgiving just passed, and everyone was asking me, what are you gonna do for Thanksgiving? Like, how is that gonna work? And my response was, I have no idea how I'm going to navigate this or do this year, because now that I'm officially Jewish, I am keeping kosher and at least trying my best. And I'm gonna be completely transparent here. I had this conversation with a few people about some of my struggles with keeping kosher, and it is by far the hardest thing for me to do, because it's great when I'm in my own environment, in my own home. I don't bring non-kosher food. I don't order non-kosher food anymore. Trust me, Chinese food is my favorite, but I don't do it anymore. But I don't order from my favorite place anymore because I keep kosher, especially in the house. When I go to my sponsoring families, it's very easy to do that. It's very easy to do all of this when you're in your own bubble. But considering that the kosher supermarket is pretty far, and when I go see my family, I'm bombarded with temptation, things have been getting a bit more difficult for me. And I'm gonna be honest, I made mistakes a few times. I've ate things that I probably shouldn't have, but I'm still learning in the process. A lot of things aren't intentional. It's just sometimes bad habits or I don't want to even say that they're bad habits. I think I was just living and I would just eat food that's in front of me. But now I'm still getting into the habit of thinking like a Jewish woman and behaving like a Jewish woman. And sometimes I make mistakes. It has been getting better though, but around Thanksgiving, it was extremely difficult. Not mainly because of the food. I guess I'm already like a picky eater. Even though I love to cook, I'm very cautious of things that I eat. And I usually this is why I cook, because I'm like, no, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that. But I was never really a fan of my family's cooking. It just wasn't something that I liked, I enjoyed. Some things maybe, but a lot of the food in my culture isn't really so healthy. So I always kind of stayed away from it. But on Thanksgiving, it was the smells, everything was just like, whew, it's bringing back memories. It's bringing back like childhood events. It's bringing back like family time. So I had to be very careful not to fall into that temptation. What I did was I ordered food from a kosher supermarket. I originally was going to cook, but that was like, I couldn't do it. It was just for me to make my own turkey, make a bunch of sides, it just was taking too much time, and I was getting overwhelmed to the point that I broke down. I broke down and I said, like, I hate this. And I didn't mean that I hated Judaism. I just hated that this was just a lot for me. And then I took a step back and I was like, listen, this is a part of the process that's not so glamorous, that's not so pretty. And you just have to figure out what's going to work and what isn't. So I sat back and I was like, I ordered $100 worth of food, and it wasn't just me, it was Shaq as well. He came to spend Thanksgiving with me, and I said, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I have to keep my head straight. I bought all the food, and my family was so kind for everyone to eat out of plastic plates. I also bought my own blech to keep my food warm, but I didn't even end up using it because the food, it just so happened to stay warm. And when it came time for them to do their blessings, I didn't acknowledge it. I didn't say amen, which was the first time I've ever done that. And to hear blessings that you've heard your entire childhood and to finally reject it was the weirdest thing. I can't explain it. It felt like I was like, what are they even saying? Like, I just felt it was strange. It was strange to do, strange to hear. But fortunately, I had Shaq next to me who was just like, we just don't accept it. Like, we thank them for blessing it in their own way, but we said our own bracha on our own food, and we just kind of kept separation that way. I'm telling you guys, it was weird. It was weird, but I think all I have to do is continuously do this year after year, and it'll eventually become second nature. So after they said their bracha, we had the awkward moment of, well, for them, it's not a bracha. After they said their blessing, we had the awkward moment of taking our food out and putting it on our plates. And we were open to sharing, but there were spoons and different things involved that like really complicated it. So I explained to my family as much as I could. My grandmother was fascinated by this. She loved every bit of it, and she wanted some of our kosher food. So everyone was under the impression that kosher food was some like glamorous thing with a special taste, but we ended up ordering kosher food from this Persian place, and it honestly just tasted like Spanish food. Like, it wasn't anything unique. Like, eating it, if I was blindfolded, I wouldn't know this was kosher or not. And it was kosher in the modern sense. So everybody was just like fascinated by this, but they didn't harbor on it so much because they know that I get awkward. They know that I get awkward with talking about like my Judaism, and this is part of the reason why I made this YouTube channel, to kind of express how I feel freely without like the pressure. And my family has been very good. They'll watch my videos if they want answers. But I kind of explained to it very in layman's terms what we eat, what we don't eat, and then things subsided and things started to feel normal again. It was just very chaotic in the beginning, like getting there, figuring out how we're gonna heat our food, and then going back and eating our food and saying Birkat Hamazon afterwards. Like, it just, after that, then things started to feel a bit like unified and normal again. And after that, I realized, you know, I have to figure out how to make this better each year. And I was talking to my rabbi about it, and he said it's not uncommon for people to bring their own foods on Thanksgiving, or even bring their own foods to someone's house, because there are Jewish people who don't keep kosher. And then I was like, huh, you're right. Like, I've known several people who like don't have a kosher kitchen but are Jewish. And I'm like, within the own religion itself, there are these struggles. So it made me feel a lot better to know that my family is not the only family that struggles with this issue. I think for next year and for the future holidays coming up, and by holidays, yes, I do mean Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's. My family is a family that is very accepting, very inclusive, and we have mixed race, mixed cultures in our family, and they are willing to adjust to this, and they're willing to learn and be more open about things, especially since now they're not only dealing with me, now they're dealing with Jack and his family. And my family has been so respectful, so respectful throughout all of this. And I just, like, if they're watching this, I just want to thank you all for just loving me and accepting me. And I know this is very strange and weird for them, and they're doing the best that they can. And if you are experiencing this with your family, just know that they are trying their best to understand, trying their best to accommodate not only their needs but your needs. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to take a few years. I could already see like next year where I can improve, what things can be better. So if you guys have any suggestions for not only me, but for anybody who is Jewish, is dealing with separate families who maybe are more observant than others, comment down below with some of your experiences, and maybe we all can learn from each other, because we are living in modern times, and there are people who are in like an interfaith marriage, or in a situation where Jewish isn't the only thing present, especially if you converted. I've heard that people have like cut off their families and are very extreme in their conversions. That's not what's happening here. My family will always be a part of my life, in my journey. They're going to be at my wedding. They're going to be involved in my children's lives. And we are going to have situations where I cannot do things, my children cannot do things, and they aren't necessarily going to understand it. So to get everybody at the same pace, we have to educate, and we have to inform them of our Jewish culture now and the things we do follow and believe in. It requires a lot of effort on your part to make sure everything goes right. I had to take initiative to order food. I had to take initiative to figure out where I'm even gonna sit. I will never tell my family, listen, you can't have pork, you can't do this, you can't have, this is their house, you know, and I'm coming into their space. So I'm not gonna force everyone to change according to my needs. It requires a lot of discipline on your part and dedication on your part to not only be a part of your family, but to also keep your spirit and your Jewish spirit aligned. And it requires a lot of discipline, not gonna lie. But I think we were very successful in the end. There were temptations, but I was able to fight through it. And I think as the years go on, it's going to get better and better. So my tip to everyone is to take it slow. Take it slow, enjoy the holiday. And I understand that some Jewish people don't celebrate Thanksgiving or don't even acknowledge the holiday. I'm letting you guys know I acknowledge it. I am an American. I'm very thankful to be here. I'm thankful for this country, and I enjoy history and our roots. And I also love family, whether it's mine or anyone else's. I will be celebrating Thanksgiving the Jewish way. And I don't see myself just not doing that. So This is just, and I'm being completely honest, I'm being completely raw. I haven't gotten there, I guess, with my observance to just completely exile all of the American holidays. I don't know if I'll ever get there, to be honest, but I am working on myself every day, as we all should. You know, every day is a day to improve. So I hope you guys have a lovely, lovely holiday season. And if you're interested in ordering some of your lovely Havdalah candles or any of our container candles from the 8 Pillar website, don't forget to check down below and go ahead and place your order today. I think you guys will be very pleased. Look how beautiful it is. I'm very thankful for you guys that I am allowed to just express myself and all my experiences here. So this is my gift to you, and I want you guys to have a little piece of me this holiday season. And if you guys have any questions for me, don't forget I'm leaving my Zoom link down below where you could just schedule a meeting. I don't know if there was some miscommunication or with anyone who has scheduled a meeting. I always email back, so always check your emails to see if I missed the meeting. I'm not leaving you hanging. I don't know if the times were right. So if you have any questions for me, check down below and go ahead and schedule a meeting for me where I'll answer anyone's questions, whether it's on conversion or anything like that. So go ahead, check the description down below for all the ways to contact me and to support 8 Pillar Candles. I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Shalom.